you should be able to go out there and sell your ass. If you can't go out there and work and make money the right way, and it's coming down to either doing some illegal shit, you should be able to go out there and sell your ass. I don't understand what people's problem with it is. I feel like the problem with it, it's you have a whole dark shadow group of ugly people who know if they allow that shit, they would never make money. Another episode.
Vibing.
All right.
No, Raysean should open every episode of the Advice Pod with just like his own little instrumental beat going on in his head. That would be beautiful.
Yeah, that was nice. It was a little improv.
Oh,
Yeah, I liked it.
Me too.
I did too.
Welcome in. Advice Pod. Raysean got the tracks. Raysean on the ones and twos. My name is Kyle, and that is Kelly. I have our first post of the day. I have a chance to destroy a company that fired me at my lowest point. Should I do it?
I love this.
Me
Me too. The title's nice. It's feisty.
Yeah, for real. Very, very catchy title. This company did not listen to my issues when I had depression and anxiety, etc. And instead of giving me a break, they let me go. And the manager I was working with didn't even bother being in attendance for it. That's kind of shitty. I now work for their highest revenue earning clients where I am in a position to sway the contract renewal so that they lose their highest revenue earner. I don't know if you guys have seen Mad Men, but it's kind of like when they lost Lucky Strike. I am familiar with that reference despite never having watched Mad Men.
I'm not.
There's also been issues, and we've been looking for other agencies, but this could really hurt them if we leave this month. Part of me thinks I've risen above it all, fought my demons, but then I think they owe me an apology.
I like this one.
I want to go first. I want to go
What do you got, man?
Burn that fucking building to the ground. Oh man, if it was me, I don't care what it was. It could have been a small thing. A motherfucker didn't say good morning to me. I'm burning the place down because it's disrespectful. It is and you were depressed. Honestly, just to be in this position to do this, I would do it. Just like because these motherfuckers and your manager wasn't there to fire you in person. I don't know how he did it, but that's how we gonna change fucking clients on their ass. When they all got a fire, don't send them no notice. Just don't even be there. Don't even send an order in on them bitches. Had them motherfuckers calling us like, so what's going on? We trying to figure out. Nah, nigga, we didn't moved on. We don't need you no more. I would love
I agree.
this. I'm
this is great.
Honest. They gave you the reason you don't have. I hate when people be like, "Oh, I need to rise above." No, when people kick you, you need to kick them back. You need to kick them twice as hard. I will be waiting for this. Oh man, I would be so happy. I'll be like, God gave me this opportunity to do this.
Yes, the stars aligned like perfectly. Yes, that's how you know. I would totally do it too. I feel like, you fucked around and found out. You can be decent to people or you can't, well, they weren't very nice to you and now they're gonna fucking reap what they sow, sorry.
I gotta be at one of the meetings. I want to show up. They be like,
yeah, to smile. Hi. They're like, oh shit.
I want y'all to show me what kind of service y'all have around here. Be looking around, being picky as hell. Like, y'all bathrooms ain't clean.
Yeah, I definitely would. I would spill the tea. I would be petty.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, man. This is me just being like the self-preservationist in me is coming out, where I'm like, if they can't like trace it back to you and try to make your life a living hell, like I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of. Well, this is the thing, man. Like, if this person works in such a small, maybe small is not the right word, but whatever, like incestuous. That's probably the right word. That's how I used to describe the mortgage industry. Everyone in the mortgage
Gross.
industry knows each other. Everyone goes from company to company to company to company to get like whatever best commissions happen. It's a very incestuous sort of industry. I
Ugh,
assume it's
so
sort of
bad.
like it's a shitty adjective, but it is what it is. So I assume it's sort of like that in this person's position, where like if he gets let go from one company, the next job he gets is at the major client of said company. Like he works in small circles. People probably know one another. So,
Mm,
and honestly, saying that, I'm sure his old employer knows that he has since gone to work for their major client or whatever it is. So a part of me as like the self-preservationist is like, listen, if you're gonna like chuck grenades and like try to burn shit down, I'm all for it. I understand it. Just make sure that they can't trace it back to you so that way you don't look like a petty asshole. Cause that could come back to bite you with your current employer to be like, wow, you kind of gave us some biased takes or some biased information on this client that we have, or not, this contractor that we have, whatever the relationship is. um your current employer can come back and be like, yo, your bias really shown through. You're obviously not somebody that we should employ.
it
However,
doesn't
if you're
really
giving good
say.
information, like from,
Yeah.
the preservation of the own company and looking out for their own best interest, if it genuinely aligns like that and you could burn this shit down all at once,
I can do it.
pull the goddamn
Yeah.
trigger, dude. I don't know what this is, like divine intervention. This is God
No, it
coming in and
feels
saying,
perfect.
yeah, this is like, yo, this is your opportunity to punch that dude in the face. So do it. And I feel like you kind of have to, but just be careful about how you do it.
I feel what you're saying, Kyle, but it's more like you're kind of persuading. Like you're just like they're asking you, like, so what you think? I'm not. I don't know if you actually have the ability to be. Because if I actually have the ability to be like, fuck it, no. So basically, I'm thinking like, because he already said there was already some already other issues they were having with them. So I would just be like, make a big deal of
True.
those issues. I'll be
Exactly.
like, so what
Highlight the
problems y'all having?
problems.
But then I'll have to find another better company. So it'll be like, this is where I think y'all should go instead. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Just so it's not like I'm being
Yes.
like
Yeah,
straight
out with the
negative.
old and with the
You know what
new,
I mean? I'm
like,
actually
make
giving
it.
you a better
Yeah.
option.
Well, if you're gonna come with complaints though, like, and like accenting like what, or highlighting what kind of issues that they currently have, if you're gonna come with those complaints and pile on, try to come with a solution. So that way
Hmm.
it's like a
Mm.
1-2. It's like, yeah, these motherfuckers suck, but also look what these motherfuckers can do instead. We should go over
They
here
might suck a
instead.
lot.
Also, you don't have to realize that I fucking hate these guys and fuck them. And also, I know what this is going to do to them financially. Who gives a shit?
I feel like congratulations is in order. This is just, like, the best. You've just been handed, like,
Seriously,
the best. The
where
best
could we meet
dish.
this guy for drinks after he burns
Yeah,
his fucking old company
congratulations.
down? I want to buy him a beer.
Good for you.
If I could do it to one of my old companies, I have one company in my mind in particular where like I have some dirt, but like nothing that would ever get them shut down indefinitely. Nothing like that. I just have, like bad business ethics and things like that. Like those are the types of things that I'm thinking of, like hurt their reputation more than anything. But like at the end of the day, what does that do for me? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I've liked all my jobs.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I feel
I
like in
know.
your
So
life,
lame.
you deserve to do about 3 fuckovers. Oh, you're allowed to fuck over about 3 people in your life. So that's what I believe. I probably
Have you done any of the 3, Raysean?
not yet. I haven't been in a good opportunity to do it. If I've been in a good opportunity to fuck someone over and be able to get away, like I would probably do it. But I haven't been in a good situation. See, a lot of things can always be tied back to me, and I'd be like, damn. If I wasn't afraid to go war to war with people, I would. But going war to war nowadays is not the same that it used to be. I'm just not about it.
Yeah,
I feel like I was shitty when I was young,
not
so
about
I
that.
kinda, like, did some shitty stuff.
I used to be a horrible person. It didn't matter what was happening in your life. It was on the table.
I feel like I was a pretty bad person myself in my younger years, but, like, never to the point where I felt like I fucked someone over, like, into a really hard situation and or indefinitely. Maybe I'm just nice. Am I nice? Am I a nice mess of a person? Is that what this is?
What counts as fucking somebody over, though? You know what I mean? Like,
See, now we're getting into
yeah,
semantics. And you know what I think?
yeah.
I think this kid got
I
his
think I
fucking
do
beautiful
too.
karma day, and none of us give a fuck. We all would burn that shit down to the ground,
Yeah,
a la Mad
do
Men
it.
losing Lucky Strike. If you ain't watched Mad Men, just like me, even though I watch lots of video essays on modern day television and how it's written and why things may or may not be structured well, so I am familiar with Mad Men losing the Lucky or potentially losing the Lucky Strike deal. Even if you're not familiar with that, it's okay. We all know we want to do that. Burn that bitch to the ground. That's the advice.
Nice. Unanimous.
Burn it to the ground.
Moving on to the next one.
Would you rather know where, when, or how you die? What do you think, Kyle? What would you rather know?
Instinctively, I want to know where, and then I'll just avoid that where for the rest of my life.
It's you can't do that. It's predestined. No matter what you try to do, you're going to end up at this spot no matter what.
Well, that's fine, but like if you let me know if it happens in like Providence, Rhode Island versus like Scottsdale, Arizona, like okay, if it happens in Scottsdale, Arizona, I'm gonna do everything I can in my power to just not go to Scottsdale. That's cool. Eventually, fate will draw me to Scottsdale, but
Yeah. You're
yeah,
gonna have a
it will
panic
draw
attack.
me there eventually, I'm sure. But like in the meantime, like if I know when, that's gonna fuck me up. I'm like,
That's
oh,
gonna
dude,
fuck me up.
I know when the finish line, and if I know how, that's gonna make me not do whatever the how is. It could be like you choke on a piece of steak at a fucking steakhouse. That could be the how, and then I'm like, fuck,
I
now I can
see.
never eat steak at a steakhouse ever again. What do I do? I'd rather not know. I'd rather know the where. I'd definitely rather know the where.
Okay. What about you, Raysean?
I'm with Kyle with the
Where?
where. I'd rather know where it happens than like when, because the
Hmm.
when, yeah, basically what you say,
When sucks.
you'll basically just be like
You're
counting
watching
that
the
day
clock.
down. You just
Yeah.
basically count that day down. How you die, I think I I kind of want to be a little bit surprised, a little bit, and not only reason because I don't want to know like
It's not a
you get.
Christmas present, Raysean.
I know it's not like a Christmas
Kind of
present,
is though, depending on
but
how
I
depressed you
wanna be a
might
little
be.
surprised.
yeah, well, like it's like you get shot like by something, and you're like, oh damn. But like, I'd rather be
Ah,
surprised though than
damn! I
have
got shot.
like.
Oh, man.
I'd rather just
Yeah.
not know that it's gonna happen than like, oh damn, I'm gonna get shot in the head in fucking Kroger's, and then you at
Oh,
Kroger, and then
then
you
you
like
know the where and the how.
looking around.
You just stop shopping at Kroger's altogether at
Yeah.
that point in time.
But
Yep, yep.
then it's like predestined. It's like that one weird occasion you have to shop at Kroger because that's like the only
Mm.
fucking thing
You, like,
out there.
wake up in
That's
there.
the day you're gonna die. It's like,
Mhm.
oh my
Yeah.
fucking god.
I feel like what if the where is super vague, though?
If the
What if
where
they're
is just
like the car?
okay, I feel like the where was just gonna be like the state. The where, okay, if it's like the car or your house,
What if they're like, yeah,
it's a
your
little
hometown, and
interesting.
it's like, "Okay, I gotta move the fuck out of here and never come back?" Like, I
Well,
don't
see, I
know.
100%. Yeah, that's when I'm moving to Scottsdale. Yeah.
Oh, okay, alright.
I would just stay here. I know that sounds weird. It's like, why would you stay there? But it's like I've already been here. I already know I'm gonna die, so it's like I might as well. It's not telling me the specific time, and I don't feel like me the next day I'm gonna die.
Yeah, be good.
And plus, I really don't have money to move.
There you go. There's the real
You
reason.
like you know what
That
I mean?
shit's really expensive, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
feel
it's
like
like you can't just attach like I don't know if it is like a hometown thing. Like that's the thing. They could be like in your bed.
that's what I'm
Like
saying, and then it's
yeah,
like,
like
what the fuck? Like, every time you go to bed, it's like, damn.
This could be
this
the
could be your
day.
last. Yeah.
Yeah.
I done told you,
You
bitch, to
know?
stop talking to me like that. But you know,
Fuck, man. Maybe I'm boned then. If they tell me where and it's my bed, I mean, I'm sleeping
Fuck,
on the
it's
couch
my
for the
favorite
rest of my
place to
life.
be.
I've already got a bad back. This isn't good.
Yeah.
But then it's like that one day you like lay on your friend's bed, then you died. It'd be
Yeah.
like, damn, Kyle. Like,
Somebody like carries you from the couch to the bed, and you're
Yeah.
like, no.
Be that one day I finally get laid and go home with a lady and sleep in her bed, and she's like, "Holy shit! I can't believe that guy died in my bed overnight."
I didn't
Going
fuck
out
them
with
to
a
death.
bang.
That's what she might go around start. That might be a story. He'd be like, you won't
That
believe
would be
what
on
I
Reddit.
just did last night. I just
I'm
fucked this
fine.
nigga to death.
If she's like a real bad bitch, where I'm like, okay, I'm proud of that
Oh,
one.
God.
Fuck, dude, let her ride with the legend. Good for me. Good for
Oh,
her.
man. Her
Go
never
out.
have I ever is gonna be crazy.
I've
You know
gone
what I
out in a
mean?
blaze of glory, much like
Woo.
Bon Jovi and the Young Guns said. You know what I mean?
That would be interesting as hell, though. That would be funny.
All right, so I'm going with where. I'm going with where. Raysean, what are you going with?
Where?
Where? Kelly, what do you
Where
got?
I wanna know how.
Want to know
How.
how?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am so crazy. I'm convinced I have cancer all the time.
Me
Um,
too.
like like literally everything. I'm like, I have cancer, and I think everything is gonna give me cancer. So I'm like so freaked out. So long as the one thing is not cancer, it could be anything. As long as it's anything but cancer, I'll be so happy because
Yeah.
I'm I talk about it a lot in therapy. I am fucking crazy. I filter my water with like this super special water filter that people in like Africa use to drink straight from puddles so that they don't die. Like stagnant, horrible, whatever. And I use that to like boil pasta and like for my coffee maker because I won't use the sink water and I won't use bottled water because I'm like, what the fuck's in that? But then sometimes I do drink bottled water for convenience, but then I'm convinced it's killing me like right after I drink it. It's a severe problem. So
Yeah.
long as it's not cancer, it could be anything else. It could be like, a flock of birds attack me. And I'll just be like, cool. Cancer, it's not cancer. Fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Like it'll just be like a huge relief off of my shoulders. Like,
So
Like,
whew.
first
Yeah.
is I can relate in that I always think that I have cancer as well, but that's mainly
Yeah.
because in the way in which I've chosen to treat my own body for most of the last 20 years between
Mm.
drinking and smoking and being a degenerate.
Yeah, I don't do any of those things. I'm so strict about
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah. You're genuinely crazy. I'm
I'm
genuinely
fucking
concerned.
crazy.
I am rightly concerned about my own cancer, a potential cancer diagnosis, while you are a little bit crazy about it. So
I'm a
that's
little
one.
crazy.
Number two is I'm really glad that you go to therapy every week.
Yeah, it's so important. It's so bad. It's so bad. And then people are like, Kelly, why won't you do little like normal stuff? Like I won't eat any kind of processed snack. I haven't had a bowl of cereal in like 15 years because cereal will kill you. Like it's fucked. It's so fucked. But then the thing is that what if I find out how I die and it is fucking cancer? I'll just kill myself and be like, nope,
that's
not
God.
cancer.
I'm not
But
saying
then
that
they'll
the
be like,
guy
she had
giving you
cancer, so it
cancer,
was the
but
cancer. You know what I mean?
when you put that out in the air for so long, that's what's gonna
I
be. If
told
you
that to
keep
my
putting it in your
therapist. I'm like,
mind,
Jackie, I'm gonna get cancer because I'm obsessed with cancer. And she's like, yeah, maybe. And I'm like, fuck you.
bitch, I don't pay you $40 to say that. Like,
Read the script, Jackie. Read the script. Yeah, it's nuts.
So as we wrap this one up,
Mm,
me and Rayshawn are both going with where,
where?
Kelly's going with how,
I need to
and we're
know.
all very thankful that Kelly's insurance covers as many therapy visits as it does.
It's lovely.
Such a good one. Such a good
or
one.
her therapist probably email them like, yeah, just do it.
Yeah, she's gonna listen to this episode and be like, Kelly, we gotta have a chat. I thought you were over this. Like,
Surprise. I'm never
sorry.
over it.
Yeah,
That's my
I feel like
secret, Jackie. I'm never over it.
it's always there.
All right, let's read the next one. Listener submission. That's Rayshawn pulling up the initial post and reacting to it organically in real time.
Nice.
Okay, I'm gonna read this one to you. Okay,
Excited.
ready? This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Should I consider my me? I'm a female 29-year-old Should I consider my boyfriend, who is a 27-year-old male, jacking off at work a red flag? Yes. Yes, you should. Even after he said that he wouldn't anymore. Oh man, he got caught. You talked to him about it and he keep jerking off at work. Yeah, those are 2 red flags, sister. Let me read you this very long essay submitted by a listener, friend of the show,
A bedtime story.
love of my life, Shannon. Before I begin, I'm exhausted by our conversations around porn. Oh no, this is not a good way to begin. That's not even the beginning. That's before you begin. Porn has been an issue in our relationship for almost a year now. First, he was doing it daily, and it affected our sex life. After chatting, he admitted that was too much and said that he would not try to do it for 1 month and couldn't. Then said he wouldn't do it at work anymore, which is fucking weird, by the way. He appeared to be successful here. Then he reduced it to 3 times a week, which still sucked because I felt like we weren't having sex as often, and it seemed like he was waiting for me to leave to jack off. I'd come back from an errand or the gym and would want to be intimate, and he'd have just came. Dude, don't come back from the gym. You're all sweaty and shit. Things have been better, but I just found out he jacked off at work again. Dude, people who jack off at work, this is a thing, I guess.
Bro, I've got some comments about this afterwards.
Great.
So.
What do y'all think? I used to be fine with porn, then really hated it because he was choosing it over me regularly. And now I'm more neutral, but I find the need to do it at work pathetic and also really weird and also potentially maybe illegal. I'm also terrified of ending up with a porn addict. My girl, my friend, you already are with a porn addict.
Yeah,
He doesn't think he's a porn addict, by the way. But if you read some of my older posts, you'd know that he was and that those tendencies are still there. I love that this girl thinks I'm going to go do some deep research on her fucking former Reddit posts. Update/new question. Does anybody think if I'm just really extra nice and patient and forgiving for a month, that'll make talking about how I think this is an issue better? Like right now is not the moment for him to intercept this information. Update number 2. OMG. I'm sorry. I cannot respond to everyone and everything right now, but my boyfriend and I spoke tonight and he admitted that the work masturbation was wrong. I said,
I wonder how hard it was. Talk down that was.
Oh my God, that's the funniest thing I've said in like 2 weeks. I'm going to read it again. My boyfriend and I spoke tonight and he admitted that the work masturbation was wrong. I said, I think
I
you
don't know
should
why I'm
find a
doing
better.
that, baby.
Shut up, Ray. I said, I think you should find a better way to cope with stress. He agreed and thought about how stop laughing at me.
So he gets stressed and be like, shit, I gotta go to the bathroom.
I gotta go to the stall at my fucking workplace and jerk off.
Ooh.
He agreed and thought about how it could affect his career. He mentioned how I'm not cool with walking in on him masturbating while I'm home, but also not cool with him waiting for me to leave to jack off. Oh my God, this girl can't wait. So I said, I need to think about that. What do y'all think? I also, last 2 paragraphs, people, home stretch. I also mentioned how I feel like he's not totally present when we fuck. Dog, either your boyfriend's gay or he's not attracted to you. It's one or the other. Anyway, he said that he usually imagines another random person on the internet before he's about to come. Notice how that person is genderless. He says it's because he, one, has a unique kink that I can't fulfill because of a physical limitation. So it's either he's attracted to dudes or he's attracted to like fucking amputees. I don't know which it is.
Kink that I cannot fulfill because of a physical limitation.
And 2, because he says my libido is so much higher that he can't come 2 to 3 times a week and needs to imagine somebody else at the last minute to get him there. Oh my God, your boyfriend's gay, dude. I'm sorry to tell you. Last paragraph. But to conclude, finally, in this fucking weird sexual essay where this girl is totally not picking up on the 17 red flags that have been littered throughout. But to conclude, he says he won't change that because he has this kink and he needs to imagine someone else right before he comes to be able to come before we have sex so much, i.e., 1 to 2 times a week. But he agreed he has a mild addiction that he feels like he can control because he used to watch porn daily and now he only watches it 3 times a week and does not want to do it at work anymore. This has to be a troll job, right?
I
He
don't know,
said
actually.
that even before I said something, he decided that he shouldn't be doing that shit. So I'm trying to wonder what I should do next. What feels right here? This is
Nothing
the
feels right.
longest
Everything feels wrong.
post I think we've ever done.
It
That's
was
first of all. Thank
funny.
you for the submission. I'm sorry if your kids are in the car on your commute, and I just said "come" like 16 times in the
This
last
is
2
not kid
paragraphs.
friendly. It's on you.
I feel like I gave my advice throughout.
Yeah,
Who
I
wants to
have
go?
some things to say. I have a question first. Well, I have a few things. First of all, like, I know we're laughing, but I do think a lot of men in our generation do have like a porn problem because they grew up with access to it. And I do think maybe a lot of people struggle with that. So that's kind of like legit. Okay. But my
Valid concern.
thing here is like, one, does he work in office or is he working from home? Okay, is a question.
No,
And
he's
two,
at work.
at work, right?
He's
Like
at a
in the
different
office,
location. It might
at
not even
work.
be an office. What if this motherfucker works at a gas station and has to
Okay,
go
so
and
like
yank it
that was a
fucking once a
question.
shift?
But my other thing now though is like, now that people do work from home so often, do you think that people really do like jerk off at work now? Like more like because they're at home? Like no pants on under the desk? Do you think people actually do that now? Because I never thought like, I did not think about it at all until
I
I read
never
this.
have jerked off at work,
It's not a
but, like,
sexy environment,
I mean, I
you
guess a
know?
work from home gives you a level of comfort where, like, you could if you were on your lunch break or something, or, like,
Yeah,
in between Zoom meetings, Jeffrey Tobin, you CNN weirdo, but,
I
um,
don't know. Like, my
yeah.
level of comfort from working from home is that sometimes I wear the sweatpants that I wore to bed, and no one knows because 'cause I've got a nice shirt on, you know? Like, that's my, like, level of comfort, you know what I mean? But I was reading this and I was kinda like, I wonder if this is sort of, like, becoming more of a thing now that people are working from home.
No, I
Gross.
got the impression that this dude jerks
In
off in
office.
another location
Oh, so
other
gross.
than his home.
You know what else? I like, not to be weird, but that I thought of while I was reading this, is that, like, it's sort of, like, easier to just, like, masturbate as a guy, like, out and about, you know what I mean? Just,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you
That's
You
know?
think
just
it's easier to take down your pants and whip your dick out and masturbate somewhere in a generally public vicinity?
I mean, I think
Easier
she's
than,
talking
like,
about, like, the
being
ease
a
of doing it.
girl.
Like, just
Yeah.
being able to just pull your dick out and just I mean,
Just, like, whack at it, you know?
if you didn't really care about people watching you, I mean, it really is easy just to
Yeah.
bang, bang, bang.
I mean, maybe I'm, like, weird, but, like, I don't think it's, like, not like
I like
you know
that
what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Raysean sounds like a sprinkler, that's funny.
I just feel like it's a girl would have a harder time doing that, I feel like.
I
Yeah,
feel
I
like a
mean, I
girl could
gotta
be more
start
discreet about it.
How? Like
I mean, I guess you could crouch down and start pinning fingers.
Bro,
Well, I
under the
mean,
desk,
start
like, y'all
pinning the
haven't watched
fingers.
nearly
I
as much.
don't
Yo,
know.
me and this dude from this post need to fucking compare notes on weird porns
You
we've
guys have been
watched,
watching the
okay?
same links.
I guess, man. Like, I could picture a situation where it's way easier for a girl to masturbate at work if she wanted,
Well, I
whether
always wear
in the
pants.
bathroom or at her desk.
Mm.
Well, she would have to get some. I guess she could still use her fingers. You know what I
I
mean?
hate that we're talking about this. Okay, this girl
Really?
obviously missed all of the red flags.
Yeah, he's just
She's
I
missing
didn't
the
even
red
get to give
flags.
my advice yet, Kyle.
Yeah. No, no, no.
Alright,
You're right, Ray. I'm
Raysean.
gonna let you go. But here's the thing, man. She said in here, like, did I miss the red flags? I don't want
Yes,
to date a porn addict.
it's too late.
Dog,
Yeah, well, yeah.
you are already dating a porn addict.
Yeah, you
What
gotta
do you
break up.
think, Ray?
Well, for the main question, of course he's a porn addict. I think you know this. I don't know why you're trying to act like you don't see it, or I don't know how many Reddit posts because it seemed like you probably did more than one. But yeah, he's a porn addict. And it seems like you're actually like maybe second or third on the list because the man not even imagining you when y'all fucking once or two times a week is a lot. That right there to me is the biggest red sign.
Ooh.
You probably
Mhm.
definitely need to get out of a relationship because I don't think he even prioritizes you but you do what you want to do. I would be more interested in probably figuring out what type of porn he is watching and why it's so you don't have the physical limitation to do this. Because
Yeah.
if you have
What is this
both
kink?
arms and both legs, then I need to know what this shit I cannot do.
There's a lot of
Because
gear out there,
it's kind
like
of interesting things. Do you want to be shit in the mouth? Like I don't like. What did he want?
she
I
could
mean,
do that.
exactly. She
You
has the
know,
physical
I don't
ability to
know.
do that. It's
Oh,
either she's like, it's either he's into like amputee porn, and she obviously has all her limbs. He's into like chicks with dicks, and she doesn't have a dick. That's a
You can
physical
buy one.
limitation for her. Or it's like I don't know, little person porn, maybe,
midgets. That'd be interesting.
or just
People
dudes, like
don't say
straight
that
up
anymore.
dudes.
Little people, Raysean.
I guess the physical. See,
You
I
can
guess
buy a
that
dick.
could add.
It's
Well,
called a strap on.
I thought you were talking about
She
like a
could.
real dick, but I guess you can buy a real
Well,
dick
like they're
too.
real realistic looking nowadays. You can get one that's like
I've never seen one.
realistic. I mean, me either.
For some reason, I feel like you will have some or a collection of them, or I
A
don't know.
collection? No, I don't have anything. I'm
Yo,
like
I know
so
somebody with a
boring.
collection of dildos.
They
It's
seem
an
fun.
enormous collection of dildos, so much to the point that this person would just leave them out in the bathroom after they were done showering all the time.
Oh,
That
okay.
person's name,
I can guess.
Oh, I think I already heard this. Who it is?
yeah. I'll probably just beep out the name now, but it's a dude. So,
I know.
but it's a dude. Okay, so she missed all the red flags. She dates a porn
Yes.
addict.
Yes.
Also, he's probably kind of gay, maybe.
And I think the whole jacking off at work is a little interesting. And I think only like if I was a coworker and I knew that you did that shit, that
I
would
would
be
report you in a
fucking.
second. In a
Yeah,
second. I would be
that's
reporting you. I
really
wouldn't even let you
fucking weird.
finish.
You
I'd
can't
be
not
reporting you.
touch your dick for 9 hours, dude. Like,
One
to
time
go
is too many times.
I
for
Doing
mean, yeah,
it
real.
I think this should
every
just be
day or
funny. Like
whatever,
every time
too
you
many
see that
times.
person get stressed out, they running off to the bathroom. Like you like, what the fuck? Oh my god! And I think he definitely jacks off more than two to three times a week. I think that's bullshit. If he telling you that, that's straight bullshit.
He was doing it every day for a while.
Exactly. He's definitely still doing it every day, but he thinks saying that he's only done it 2 to 3 times a week is like, "Oh, I cut it more than in half." But honestly, I'm still jerking off at my place of employment once a day in
And
the
he got
bathroom.
fresh pussy right next to him. Ain't that the crazy thing? It's like sitting there
He
waiting
either
for him.
hates his fucking girlfriend or he's gay. It's one of the two.
And there's nothing wrong with the second one.
But just, like, be open with yourself, admit it. Just say what you gotta say, do what you wanna do.
Serious relationship advice though here, like, because I'm very sex positive, so like whatever you have like a kink, cool, tell your girlfriend about it, include her, you know what I mean? But if you guys have just totally different libidos, which it seems like you do, he can't respect your boundaries or, be a normal, rational person at his employment. I just feel like there's a gajillion red flags. Like, this is just not working. There's no respect.
Yeah.
There's no communication. Like, not
So,
even talking about the jerking off at work. There's a lot of red flags anyway, so fuck
yeah,
it.
the jerking off at work is really, like, the
Bye.
fucking cherry on top of the shit storm sundae, so break up with your boyfriend. He either, doesn't love you or, maybe loves dudes, okay?
It'll be a funny story in a few months.
Yeah, it's a funny story now
It's
for
a
us
funny
on
story
Reddit.
now. Yeah, it'll be a
Also,
funny story for her.
I don't think jerking off at work, like,
What's
the
the
crutch.
appeal?
Stressful too, like, the stress. How
I
could you,
feel
like,
like the
unwind to do it?
feeling
Wouldn't you
that
just be
people
so
can just
tense?
walk in on you would be the.
Ugh.
Then what do you
Is there,
tell
like, a
somebody
camera
like?
in your office? Like, I don't know.
Why your pants by your ankles? Like, oh, nah, I
Weird.
The
just had to
lynch
get one off.
I feel like my work camera is, like, spying on me if I pick my nose. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. How can you relax enough to do that? It was just weird. Weird.
Totally get it. Break up with your weird gay boyfriend. The end.
Yeah. The
Not
end.
because he's gay, but because he likes
Right.
guys and he doesn't like you anymore. Okay?
Right, exactly.
Right?
Right?
1, 2, 3. Break up
Your
with your gay
boyfriend.
boyfriend.
I'm gonna just say boyfriend. I don't need to be canceled out here.
Nah,
Ooh,
that's cool. I'm
man.
getting canceled for all of it.
And now for the last Reddit of the night. Ask Reddit. What is something that society deems wrong, but you think is right? Oh, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go ahead. First one I think that people think society deems is wrong, prostitution. You
Oh,
should be
that's a
able to
good
go
one.
out there and sell your ass. If you can't go out there and work and make money the right way, and it's coming down to either doing some illegal shit, you should be able to go out there and sell your ass. I don't understand what people's problem with it is. I feel like the problem with it, it's you have a whole dark shadow group of ugly people who know if they allow that shit, they would never make money. Yeah, there are OnlyFans models who don't make money because they can't sell a shit. Nobody wants to buy that shit. You got it's just, I'm just being honest with you. I feel like prostitution is one of
I
the main
agree.
ones that
I feel
motherfuckers
like
should be able to do.
The
Because it
there's a
don't
lot
people
of
make no
pros.
sense.
the people who hate sex work the most are typically the most ugly ass motherfuckers. That's all I'm gonna say.
I
Or
think it
they
would
old,
really benefit
can't fuck
society,
no
genuinely.
more. They mad at the youngins. Look at them out there just trying to go out there and fuck. No, it's not my fad, Mabel, that you old and saggy and nobody want to do nothing with you no more.
It's very
Go there
true.
and die. Like let us do what we want to do. I can't stand people out here trying to boss people in. Or like when people think abortions is wrong. Bitch, you're not doing it. Like I don't understand who are you to
Mhm.
tell me what my body. This is not you. Like I don't understand. If you feel like abortion is wrong, don't do it on your side. I'm not asking. People are so selective with the things that this is wrong, but I'll do this shit over here. That's shit wrong too. Like I hate when people act like they have this moral compass over people and shit. Like
Preach, Raysean.
Hell yeah, Ray.
I'm being honest, like, bro, I hate selective fucking. Have y'all listened to the Chris Rock? Like, he got this whole thing about being like selective outrage. The whole special's about that, and that's one thing I deem is wrong right now with society is selective outrage. Is people they'd be so mad about one thing, but then somebody else do that same thing just because they like that person more. It's not a big deal. What? You got to be the same way across the board. If you are like, I feel like, you know what? Let me let somebody else go.
No.
I
So
mean, listen.
building off what you said, Ray, though, it kind of ties into because I misread this question at first. I thought it
Mm,
was the opposite. I thought it was like, what's something that's deemed okay in society that's not right with you? I misread it. I don't know if I'm dyslexic. I don't know if I got a brain tumor. I got a lot of shit going on,
maybe
but
both.
could be both. A lot of things that you just said kind of reminded me what my answer would be had the question been worded the other way around. Everyone, for whatever reason, and by everyone, I mean like the country writ large, like, obviously not everybody in it, but we're so okay with Christianity and like how much we let it dictate what we do, like from our policy perspective in this country. And it's just,
Gross.
like, so normalized, and it's okay, and exactly, Cal, it's fucking gross. So that would have been my answer if it was like, what is something that's deemed okay in the country that, actually isn't okay to you? And it kinda ties into a lot of what you just said, Rayshawn. It's just, like, the hypocrisy of being like, "I want things the way that I want them to be. I'm basing it off of this fucking book that was written a few thousand years ago," but, like, not fucking really. Maybe it was written, like, 6, 700, 8 years ago by a bunch of fucking people who didn't actually know Jesus. That's neither here nor there, but we've written it for the purposes of being able to dictate what you can and cannot do from a moral perspective. And that shit, old fucking hat. And it ties into fucking the abortion issue that you just brought up, which made me think of this whole thing. It's like, if you don't want to do things for yourself because it goes against your own personal beliefs, that's
Then
cool,
don't do
brother.
them.
More power to you. That's literally why we fucking live in America.
Mhm.
But when you try to make sure that everyone else is unable to do something because it doesn't align with your own personal moral and religious values, that's when I say, do me a favor and go lay down in traffic and make sure that you get hit by a car, because you are literally contributing to the negative. You're literally drawing away from society. You're making society worse with how you're
Mm.
choosing to fucking act by trying to do this. So that would have been my pick for, what's okay but is actually not okay. It would have been Christianity. But now that I understand how the
What's the real
question
pick
works,
then? Yeah.
yeah, my real pick would have been self-employed, working as a self-employed person. And I say that ironically as a person who now has a job for whatever goddamn reason. I can't believe I just said that out loud in public, but yep, there it is. Um, I feel like being self-employed gets sort of a bad rap because it's like, oh, the uncertainty. What are you going to do for your retirement? It must be a
It's
real
fucking
burden when
awesome to be self-employed.
it is and it isn't. Like there are some
If
things
you
that you have
yeah,
to try to
certain
figure out,
parts.
but like for the most part, being self-employed fucking owns, dude. And anybody who tells you that it doesn't own, they might be speaking from
They don't.
experience and knowing that there are some hardships and some difficult parts to overcome. But anybody who's speaking to you from a point of like, how could you ever do that with the uncertainty? They're probably somebody who's been working in a job for like the last 30 years and never ever thought about working for themselves. So
Yeah.
yeah, working for yourself, being quote unquote unemployed, but actually self-employed, is one of those things that society looks down on that I think society should go fuck itself about. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Kelly, what do you think?
Well, my first thing I want to say is like Raysean, thank you so much for that like fucking empowerment because for real, like I think decriminalizing prostitution and drugs
That too.
would really make it just makes everything less dangerous. It's all about harm reduction. You know what I mean? Like making something illegal doesn't mean it's going to stop. It just is going to make it more harmful for the people that are doing it, which just makes it worse for everyone. So I'm totally for that. Also, I'm super pro choice. So I think that that's great too. You don't want to have an abortion, don't have one. You want to have an abortion, have one. Like that's all great. But then my other one here, is that I think that it should be way more normal and less like shamed, for medically assisted suicide, which people kind of really don't like talking about. But I think there are a lot of people out there that have debilitating, chronic, seriously painful, horrendous conditions that don't want to be suffering through them, don't want to be spending every day in horrendous pain. And I don't really see why it's like so frowned upon if they are on board for it and they've got this terrible quality of life and they want to kill themselves, why not? Like, why does that have to be so frowned upon? I don't know. Like,
Damn, Cal.
I mean, I think it's weird that suicide in general is illegal because it's kind of like, what are you gonna do? Throw me in jail? Like, what are you gonna do? Kill me? Ha 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 ha. You know what I mean? But like specifically for people who have like chronic, incurable, debilitating, painful conditions, why are we making them suffer? Why are we making them continuously live every day in pain? I don't know. I just think it's like fucked.
I'm not ready to see Nana or Papa have the plug pulled on them because I have my own
What if they're pulling it
needs and
themselves?
wants.
You
Yeah,
know?
no, I don't disagree with what you're saying, Kelly. Like honestly, it's something that I
Yeah.
can't say I've ever really given much thought to, but once you kind of laid it out, I'm like, yeah, like
Why is that? Like,
picture somebody with like ALS or like I've had friends whose parents have been diagnosed with like stage 4 cancer, like literally zero chance of making a comeback. Like
mhm,
it's they're counting down the clock. And it isn't to say like, knowing they have 4 6 months left to live isn't a good thing because they can do
right.
what they got to do, say their goodbyes or whatever. But I can very easily envision a scenario where one of those parents would have been like,
Yeah, I
I'm
think I'm
good.
ready to
Like, this
go.
sucks. I'm in
Yeah.
pain. I don't want to
I'm
draw
gonna
this
check
out
out,
longer
guys.
than I have to. I'd rather go
Yeah.
out feeling like myself than, a husk of a person.
And that's also
That's
like
tough.
from this weird, like, I also think this is like a Christianity thing because people would be surprised sometimes to learn that our nation doesn't have a national religion. We don't.
We are
the
a
United
Christian
States
nation.
doesn't have a
No.
national religion. But religion does influence a lot of like the powerful people in our country because of taxes and fraud. So all of the really wealthy people are religious, and then they got to like make rules, and it comes from like this weird moral obligation and this weird feeling that like suicide is immoral. But like, says fucking who? Like, I believe in reincarnation, so I feel like whatever you want to like
Do you
hop
know
onto the next
why?
life,
You know why
have at
wealthy
it.
politicians are religious, Kel?
Because they're pedophiles.
I mean, I'm sure that plays into it in some level.
I'm
Religious,
really cynical.
politicians are religious
Tax breaks.
because churches don't pay taxes.
Yeah,
If
it's
the
like so
churches
fucked.
need to get policy enacted, they're more than capable of lobbying
Donate.
lots and lots and lots of money
So
to any and
fucked.
all politicians. So if you're a politician, it would be kind of looking a gift horse in the mouth if you pretended that you weren't some sort of religious. So
Yeah,
I
it's like
think
really,
that's
really
why
weird.
a lot of people at least
They
make the
pretend.
pretend. They
Yeah,
pretend.
it's like playing dress up, you know? Like, I don't know. Just be a good person, mind your own business, and
Tax the churches. Yes.
let the prostitutes like be out, you know? I'm
Also,
pro
yeah.
sex work.
Honestly, Ray, you fucking hit it right on
That
the
was the
nose at
best
the beginning of
one.
this segment,
It's
dude.
the
Like, if you
oldest
could sell your
profession.
ass, sell your ass. It's the oldest
It's
prostitution in
my
the world.
ass. Yeah, like fucking if it's
Might as
nice, I can
well.
make $20. I want to make $20.
We should talk about your rates, Kyle.
I was gonna say, is that normal? What's the rates? I don't know. I haven't like shaved my legs in 4 years, so I don't know if that
Maybe
affects.
you are accurate in your
There's
rates.
a
Maybe you are
niche,
accurate in your
maybe.
rates.
You know.
Yeah. So I forgot what my answer even was. Oh, being self-employed. Raysean's was
Yep.
prostitution, and Kelly's was religion.
No, mine was medically assisted suicide. What a
Oh
high
yeah, that's
note, you
right.
know?
I
Man,
don't
that's
even know
so
how
fucked
you
up.
messed that up, but
Because we got so caught up in the church part of
Yeah.
it and trying to
oh,
justify why people think it's wrong. But yeah, medically assisted suicide, man.
Why not? You know, like just
I'll tell you
fucking
why
go for
not
it.
though. It's because people go through highs and lows, and there are gonna be times. I mean, it
But
has
I'm
to be
saying
like
like people who have
you have to fit
chronic
the right criteria.
debilitating pain. There
Yes,
are
yes,
people
yes,
out
yes.
there who literally live every single day in 10 out of 10 abject, horrendous pain every day. And it's
I've been
like
there. I've lived in 6
forever.
months of fucking pain all day, every day, morning, noon, and night while I slept, and
What
wanted
if
to
that
kill
was going to
myself.
literally be forever? Like there was no end in sight, none, no recovery, no surgery, no nothing. That's just
Yeah,
it.
then maybe I would have. But you know
You
what? I
know?
was able to get a surgery 6 months down the road, and thankfully, I was able to walk comfortably again.
And
And
even that 6 months like you said was horrible. You know what
it
I
was
mean? Like
awful.
I just feel like
I still think about that 6 months pretty much every day of my life. It
some of
was
these
the
people
most
don't have anything to live for. They don't have any family, you know, they don't have any
but
hobbies.
sometimes overcoming those really dark points in your life gives you a newfound strength that you didn't realize you I'm serious. Listen, I'm not trying to like undercut your medically assisted suicide thing. I'm sure it has its time and place based on certain
Mhm.
criteria, but if I could have gotten some medically assisted suicide back in 2015 when my back is broken, bitch, I would have. And you know what? Glad I
Yeah,
didn't
me too.
because I do feel much better now. And I feel stronger for having overcome such shitty pain and constant, throbbing pain in my back and adversity or whatever. I feel like a stronger
I
person having
just
done
feel
it.
like it's a good option for people to have.
Yeah. If you got ALS, man, you got some Lou Gehrig, you got some stage 4 cancer, let's get you out of here,
Yeah.
dog. Take it up a bed.
We're all gonna die eventually. Yeah. Yeah,
Said
you're
me.
taking up a bed. Yeah, exactly. This is some resources. Let's think about it fiscally. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like,
we live in
come on.
America, baby. We live in a capitalist nation. I'm always thinking about things fiscally.
Mm.
I hate capitalism. But with that said,
Same.
that
Is that
is
the
the
fourth one? Society
yeah,
thinks it's okay, but it sucks.
yeah. Society thinks capitalism's sick. The free market
You
will
suck a
solve
dick.
all. What we should do is get rid of any and all regulations, so that way I can
Yeah.
send my kid back to a fucking leather factory for 6 goddamn cents an hour. Fuck you and your free market, you libertarian wannabe weirdos. I get that you think gay people are fucking okay and you want to smoke your weed, and somehow those two political philosophies don't fucking align with either left or right. So you think you're a libertarian, but guess what, dumbass? You're not a libertarian. Anyway, it's going to do it for the Advice Pod this week. Make sure you rate and subscribe wherever you get your podcast, unless we were very upset about everything that just came out of my mouth in the last 30 seconds. In that case,
Yeah.
you
Like,
can
I'm a
get fucked, weirdo.
Christian. This
Yeah.
sucked.
Take your Second Amendment and your free market, and I'll meet you out in the fucking middle of Vermont or whatever, okay?
My priest doesn't molest any boys, I swear.
Yeah, my priest doesn't molest any boys since he got transferred to my fucking church from a new church that he used to be
We
in
keep an eye on
Arizona or
him.
whatever. Make sure you rate and subscribe. We appreciate you guys. Raysean, the next time that we record, actually, I lied. I think we're going to try to record next week as well. But 2 times from now we record, I'm going to be able to reach over and give Raysean a big old hug. And I can't fucking wait.
Nice.
Can't
You
wait.
guys, it's gonna be a live? Oh, it's not. Oh, we should do a live one.
We could do a
God,
live
let's
if you want
not.
one. That'd be fun as fuck. Raysean's visiting Rhode Island in a couple weeks, baby.
Can't
Cool.
wait. Can't
By
wait.
the time you're hearing this, Raysean's already visited and left, but
Yeah, you guys
I'm
missed
excited
it.
to
It
record
was
some
great.
shit in person with Raysean. Yeah, I'm sure we had a great trip. I'm sure you saw some
Yeah, it was
cool
so fun.
places, got some good restaurants in. We recorded some fun podcasts, but
I'm actually,
yeah,
guys, gonna
that's
get to meet
for
Kelly outside the box, and I
Oh
think
my
that's
god.
the most interesting thing right now.
I want like
Yeah.
a review afterwards.
Oh,
Do you really want to review?
Yeah,
He's
I
gonna be
do.
like, that Kelly
do.
girl is fucking
Like
weird.
2.5. Yeah.
She accidentally pulled one of her pant legs up, and I saw what she's
I was a
working with
little
under
alarmed.
there. Yeah.
She doesn't wear
Okay.
deodorant. Someone should say something to her.
Oh, you smelly bitch. I'm going to have to bring some aerosol cans to spray at you when we hang
No,
out.
it'll give me cancer. He can't. I don't use any of that stuff. I'm so serious. I'm not even kidding.
We're done. Advice. Goodbye. We love you
We're
guys. Thank you
done.
for listening. Rate and subscribe wherever you are in the podcast, and we'll talk to you next week. Advice.
Peace. Don't
Bye.
be a butt cheek.
Because if you are a butt cheek, Raysean will come to Rhode Island, and he will find you. And he'll say,
I'll kill you.
don't do that.
Because I'm the shit.
Goddamn right.